Hi guys, so some of you may have noticed the title of this series and possibly think that I've gone completely off my rocker. So let me tell you what the 12 months of Christmas is all about. Every year in our household we make gift baskets which we give to family, friends and neighbours at Christmas. And I think there's something truly wonderful about receiving homemade gifts. By their very nature they show somebody that they're worth your time and effort. So I'm going to share with you some of my makes and recipes, which by the end of the year will assemble into some of the most wonderful gift baskets, and also some goodies for you and your family too. We are going to be exploring many different crafts over the coming months, from mead making to beading, and of course some needle felting. You could choose to have a go at some of the items, or you can have a go at them all. It's entirely up to you. Some of the makes will require extra equipment, and everything will be listed out on the website. But this is a great way to get a jump on things, and it takes a lot of the stress out of what is a very busy time of year. Recipe sheets and downloads can be found on the Mums Makery website. That's mumsmakery.co.uk. And please do just take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel, as we will be bringing you a new episode each month. So sit back and let's take a delicious and crafty journey together over the next 12 months. Hi guys, and welcome to this month's episode of the 12 months of Christmas. And in this episode we're going to be making rolled beeswax candles. Now, candle making can be a little daunting for some people, but I promise you these are super simple to make, and it's something that you can also do with your kids and grandkids. Now, I prepare my beeswax candles with a prepared wick, and that is that I soak my wick in melted beeswax before I apply it into the candle. However, one of the kits that I bought came with this lovely little instructions, and it does say that you don't have to do that. They are using the wick not prepared and just rolled up in a candle, so that simplifies the process and takes that hot element out of it as well, if you are looking to do that with children. The candles themselves are an absolute delight to make and give. They fill a room with a sweet honey aroma when they're actually lit, and they make absolutely brilliant accessories and additions to craft stalls, you know, if you are going to be doing craft fairs and things like that as well. So I'm not going to waffle too much. Let's jump straight in and start making these gorgeous candles. So here are a couple of kits that I got off the internet. Thorn is a company that I absolutely love, and they do loads of different sort of beeswax and candle making supplies. This is the Christmas pack, and in the Christmas pack you get the green, the red and the white, and this pack makes 12 candles, so 4 of each colour. And I also like that their little kits come with the wick as well, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And this is their sort of natural beeswax sheets, and again you've got the wick in there as well. So you can take your pick, whichever one you want to do. You can get little kits like this at many different places like Amazon and eBay as well, but these are the ones that I'm going to use. Now, in order to prep ready, the first thing we want to do is get the wicks sort of cut to the right size, and you know, you've got a little sheet in here as well, but let me get that out of the way. All of these sheets are obviously the same size. You can get lots of different sized sheets, so it's entirely up to you how big or how small you want. I find that these are a great size for the baskets, and I generally give 2. So grab your wick, and you're going to want to cut the wick a bit longer than your actual sheet. So I would generally give myself 20 mil or 2 centimeters more than I would need. You can do it a little bit longer if you wanted. You should have more than enough wick. So once I've got the first one cut, about there, then all the others will be cut the same length. Now these are nice and easy to sort of manage, they're not very big candles. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of my wicks. As you can see, I have cut myself 12 wicks and I've still got all of this left over as well. The next thing I would do is prep the wicks ready, and to do that you would melt yourself some beeswax. Now I've got some beeswax pellets here which I've put in a sort of a jumbo tea light holder, and this is a wax warmer, generally the ones that you would use for melting those sort of scented candles for your home. It's usually got a little dish on top of it, but I've taken that off so that I can just use the hot plate. This is a very sort of small, easy way for me to demonstrate the wick preparation. If you're making a lot more, you can obviously do it and melt your wax however you want. If you don't have any additional beeswax, and it is a good idea to use beeswax because you are using a beeswax sheet, you can sacrifice one of your sheets and just break it up into little pieces and pop it in your melting pot. So I'm going to let that melt, and then we're going to come back and I'll show you how to prep the wick. As you can see, my wax is now all beautifully melted, and this is a very sort of quick process. All you need to do is get your length of wick and dunk it. And this is why I have that sort of extra little bit on the end, is just so that you can dunk it. Leave it in there for a few seconds just so that the wick absorbs the wax, and then just pull it out, lightly blow, make sure there's no drips. Just give it a second, and then I just lay it out on a piece of greaseproof paper, and you want to try and make it as straight as you can. Now this is obviously the way that I'm prepping the wick for this particular episode. When I normally make candles, I make them in bulk for all of my gift baskets, and this is a reel of wick that is already been prepped. So I don't cut it to size, I just put a good couple of meters in at a time, let it soak in a saucepan, because I've got a saucepan that's dedicated for wax. Let it soak in for a sort of a minute maybe, and then pull it out and pop it on, I sort of zigzag it on some greaseproof paper, and just leave it to sort of set or dry. And you can see that the wick is still very pliable even though it has been soaked in the wax. So that is a quicker way, obviously, of prepping a lot more wax in one go, and then you use your not favourite scissors to cut the wicks down as you're making your candles. Next up, grab your wax sheet, and as I said before, there are lots of different sizes, lots of different colours, and grab your sheet and your wick. Make sure that you have the end which has been submerged in the melted wax. This end I held, so this little tip up here doesn't have any wax on it. So the end that has the wax, we want to make sure that the wick is fully waxed. I go in about 1/2 centimetre-ish, not very much, and just press my wick in a straight line just along one of the rows, and then come back to the end and start just folding it over. And this is the bit that takes the time, it's just getting it started. Once you've got it started, easy peasy. And what I want to do is just bring this wax end over as tightly as possible to my wick, like that. You can see it's just very, very thin. And then just start rolling it up and give it a little bit of a press. There. And then once you've got it going, you can just roll it up. I keep a little bit of pressure on it, not too much because you don't want to crush the candle, and try, unlike I've just done, try not to go off to the side, and roll it up to the end. Then once you've come to the end, I just crimp that down so it gets a nice sort of join to the rest of the candle. Once you've finished with that, then I just cut the wick to, I don't know, maybe about 10 or 15 mil, so that it's like that. And that is it. There is your beautifully rolled beeswax candles, and these make such amazing gifts because when you light them, it just, the smell of honey just fills the room and it's gorgeous. So that is how to make a beeswax rolled candle for your Christmas gift baskets, or for any gift baskets. They are a lovely gift every time of the year. Doesn't matter if it's spring, summer, autumn or winter. They are just absolutely gorgeous to receive. I'm going to carry on and make up the rest of my candles. I generally give them in pairs, and I'm going to show you a little bit of wrapping to make them look really, really extra special for your gift baskets. There are so many different ways that you can wrap and package these for your gift baskets, for craft stalls, for whatever it is you want to do with them. You can do them in pairs, you can do them singularly. The sky is the limit with these. This is how I like to decorate and sort of finish mine off for my gift baskets. This is just a little piece of brown greaseproof paper, and I'm just going to start by just giving my candles a gentle little squeeze, because that will help just hold them together. They sort of do stick to each other a little bit. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape on the back there, just to hold that in place. Then I like to go in with some brown string, and who doesn't love brown string? Pop your candles in the middle, and then I like to give myself a good tail at the end. And then you just wrap it around 2, 3, half a dozen times, basically as many as you like. But just go round. Let's give it a couple more. And then come to the front. And again, I'm going to cut myself off a large tail. I personally, just for an added bit of security, put one up one way, one down the other way, behind. I feel that it just helps secure it in place a little better and brings it nicely into a sort of an incline in the middle. And then just, I give myself one knot. Now from here, you know, like I said, there are so many ways that you can go. You can add on a Christmas tag. I've got these lovely little brown tags. I do love the sort of rustic elements when I'm doing my gift baskets. So I am just going to tie another knot on there, and then, I don't know, maybe give myself a bow. This isn't playing ball with me very well. Get it in the right place. Turn one, there we go. Maybe give myself a little bow. And there we go. There's my, you know, little rustic wrapped. And you can put any kind of tag that you want on it. And if you wanted then to personalize it even further, you know, you could stamp on this. You've got a little bit of information on the back if you're putting it on a craft stall. But if you wanted to add a little needle felting element, and we do a set called the Busy Bee template set, which you can check out over on the website, and you can just add a little busy bee to your finished little arrangement. So obviously it's entirely up to you how you want to decorate them. I've got some other examples which I can maybe take some pictures of, and I'll pop them up on the screen if I remember. So there we have it. That is how I make my rolled beeswax candles for my gift baskets, and obviously you can make as few or as many as you like. These kits that I bought, they make 12, which if you double them up and give a pair of candles, that's going to sort out at least 6 gift baskets for you. You can even, I suppose, cut them in half and do 2 smaller candles and really make this little kit go a lot further. I hope that you have enjoyed the video. I hope you are following along with the 12 months of Christmas. We will be back next month with another episode for you. Do check out the playlist. Please give the video a like or a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you again for choosing to spend your time with me today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.